Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sonic Look Conversations. It's our video interview series where we talk with artists about their work, their process, and the lives they're living alongside of their music. Today, we are joined by Gracie from the band Moonstone, and Moonstone is a five-piece band out of Dallas, Texas. And Gracie is the voice and creative force behind Moonstone. They're this alt-pop band built on the collision of heavy emotion and danceable sound. Gracie, welcome to Sonic Looks.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's really great to have you here to chat with you and to talk a little bit about the lives, like I said, you're living alongside your music. And the first thing that really stood out to me when I was doing some research on your band was this whole MoonFest 2026.
Yeah.
I mean, you built this world around not just your band, but around the whole vibe that you guys want to create. So tell me a little bit about that. How did that go from this wild idea to something that you actually believed could happen?
Yeah, so it's funny. We've been talking about MoonFest since the second show we ever played. We actually, 2 days ago on Saturday, we played our 40th show, which is insane. So we've been talking about this for a long time because our second show, we played with a band. Their name also had moon in it, and I feel horrible. I'm like drawing a blank as to what they were called, but they also had moon in it. And we were like, oh my gosh, like it would be so funny if we threw a festival and gathered like all of these bands with the word moon in it, and then like we could headline it. That didn't exactly happen. There's not a ton of bands with the word moon in it from around here that could fill up like a whole festival bill. But last September, we threw our album release party at Club Dada here in Dallas, and it was amazing. We made sure it was super, super curated. We had, VIP where we did an acoustic set. We had some of our friends open up the show. We asked everyone to come dressed in glitter and fishnets and silver
nice.
to kind of like fit, the entire vibe of the band. And it just felt so, like I said, curated, and it was just a amazing, beautiful night. And so, we had chatted with Club Dada after that because they were so accommodating, and it's just like this iconic venue in Dallas. Super, super sweet. They have 2 stages. There are not a ton of venues here in Dallas with 2 stages. And so we were like, okay, we're going to put MoonFest together. Let's do it at Club Dada. They were all for it. And we really just wanted to make MoonFest kind of a celebration to celebrate local artists. We have one band, Neutral Snap, that's coming from out of town, but then also a celebration for the fans as well. And still keeping it really curated. We want to keep it like really fun and just like a big party. And honestly, I have to give props to Lucas, our guitarist. He has done it all. Like this has been his baby, his thing. So, I kind of helped with like the vision of it and the aesthetic of it, but he like brought it to life and handled all of the logistics, and the booking and communication between artists and the venue. So like that's on him. Like he deserves, all the praise for that. But yeah, I am so excited for it.
So it's like, if it goes bad, it's all your fault too, right?
I think that's what he's thinking, but in our mind, we're like, it's going to be such a party. It's going to be fun, and there's honestly been a lot of local hype about it. And we even have potentially some press coming from out of state to actually like cover the whole festival, and some fans from out of state as well. So it's going to be like amazing.
It sounds amazing. I mean, it really does. It sounds like it's just going to be one big party and everyone will have that good vibe. That's what I'm getting from it. So
yes.
That is really cool. Well, you mentioned Lucas, and he's half of your creative core, but you're the front woman of the band. Mm-hmm. So when you walk on stage though, let me ask, which one do you think you are most? Are you the songwriter or are you the performer? Or does that line even exist for you? Is there like a definition for it?
it I think I'm a mix of both. That's another thing I have to give to Lucas is, we're married. We have a home studio. And so it's really nice that we get to work on music literally all the time from home. Like he is writing all the time, all the time. He is always in the studio. And so he really creates the foundation of every song. Like he kind of births these little snippets of songs and kind of shows it to me, and I'm like, yeah, I vibe with that, or no, I don't. Let's go back to the drawing board. So he starts like every single song, the foundation of every song, and then we all kind of like grow on that. But then he's still, even after sending us like the base of it and these little ideas, like he's still working on mixing it like as we write and then later mastering it. So like again, like props to him because he does so much of that. And I feel like both of us, I feel I write a lot. Like I even I'm not like the most amazing guitarist or anything, but I do come up with little ideas for like rhythm, for
Hmm.
guitar, even for drums. Like, oh, I think it should sound like this, or the structure of the song. But I feel like more than anything, aside from writing lyrics and vocal melodies, I kind of curate things. So again, if he has an idea, he'll show it to me, and I'm kind of the one that says like, maybe let's go a different direction, or yeah, that sounds great, let's send it off to the rest of the band and see what they think. um so I don't know, it's kind of this cool balance. Like I'm so thankful that we have a primary songwriter because it can be a lot to kind of like split the work between five people,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
a good process for us, at least, where he gets the ideas down, I curate it, and then we every member kind of builds upon it from there.
Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, it must be hard at times to work, live, play, um, with 24/7 with someone, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you ever find yourself, or what do you do when you need a break? Is there a place where you can escape to, or anything like that?
It's hard because I do music professionally as well. Like that's my full-time career. So that's kind of how I make my money, is through music every single day. I hope eventually Moonstone, or really any musical project of mine, can be successful enough to pay us all salaries. That's really hard. Like not
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
full-time touring musicians are doing that, or if they are, they're like, it's like just enough. um so I, to be honest, like don't have an escape. Like that's what I
Maybe you don't
do.
need it. Maybe music is
Yeah,
your escape.
I
Yeah.
mean, the artist burnout like is real,
Yeah.
and I think there are so many things in being a band that you deal with that you don't expect, like especially in the world of social media. I'm an introvert, and so I really have to put myself out there. I really have to be social, especially, you know being the front person. And I also, like, I want to go out and I want to make connections with other musicians and I want to support other musicians. And so there's kind of this thing where I'm like, okay, I don't want to just be at home making music, like just working on Moonstone. I want to go out to other shows. I want to go meet
Mhm.
people. I want to go interact with other musicians. I want to go to shows and support them, and, meet fans, who are also fans of this band or whatever. So there's a lot to it. And so it is like, even if I wasn't doing music professionally as well, like a career musician, I would still be working on Moonstone full time. And honestly, Lucas is the same because he does music marketing for bands and artists in the area. So it's like there's not a break. And, it is a lot. It's a lot sometimes. We definitely have had points where we're like, we are so burnt out and want to be doing anything else but this right now, not permanently, but right now. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, we're so blessed to make a living off of it and to have like the best of both worlds between being a creative, being a performer, but then also having the more professional side where we actually are paying our bills with it.
That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Burnout is a thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's, I guess if you don't recognize it and say, hey, okay, I need to pause for a moment, that's when it really will get you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about the Dallas music scene. What is it about the city that has, or what, I guess, what has the city demanded of Moonstone that's made you guys stronger?
You know, I I've been going to shows. I've been a part of this music scene for 10 plus years now. I've been, around the same people for a long time. And so has Lucas, so has Ram. Like he's been in a bunch of different projects for the past 10 plus years. And so, for a long time, Dallas was dominated by metal and hardcore, which was amazing, and pop punk, which was great. I mean, there were so many really amazingly talented hardcore pop punk metal bands, and there still are. But it did feel like the underground scene was more of the indie alternative
Okay.
stuff. And it was more like college towns like Denton, for example. Like that's where you found the indie music. And now I feel like there has been like, it's a little bit more genre inclusive and just inclusive in general. I see more women or feminine, bands or, bands with femme, presenting people in them. And I see more genre bending. There's more pop, there's more alternative, there's more indie, and it's not so underground. At least it doesn't feel like it for me. And I took a long break from performing or doing music at all to develop my professional career. And I think people were excited when I came back because I had been in previous projects, but it never felt like it was like my own thing. Like it didn't really feel like it wasn't a cohesive project, and so people, as soon as we announced Moonstone, it was like, it almost felt like a super group, or at least in my eyes, I feel like people thought that it was a super group between me, Lucas, and Ram, and then later adding Connor, and then of course Charisse. So I think people were really excited, and I personally wanted to give a little bit more variety in the scene, and just be a little bit more, just add some diversity to the music scene. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it has necessarily been demanded, but I think fans needed it and wanted it more than they even realized.
Oh, very cool. And you were happy to provide that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a nice easiness to your voice. I was listening to your album that the other day, and it's just so effortless. I think that's the a good
Oh,
word to put it. So
thank
it's
you.
so great to hear. But if someone had never heard of Moonstone and you're handing them one song, 60 seconds of it to make them a fan, what song do you think you're going to play for them, and why that one?
That's so hard because there's a few that I'm like, these are staple Moonstone songs. Um, Maybe In My Room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give four. I know you asked for one, but I'm gonna give
Okay.
four because I'm like, okay, In My Room, because I feel like, we have such a diverse taste in music and we take elements from everything that we listen to. In My Room has this kind of like indie pop guitar
Mhm.
feel, but then the drums are really dancey, but then I feel like the vocals are more pop, like straight up like catchy radio pop. But then we have this like breakdown towards the end that's a little bit more like pop punk. And so I feel like front to back, like that, it has such a good journey. I don't know. It almost feels like you're on a journey listening to it because you have like all of these different elements. And I think that's who we are. We we aren't so, like, we always say we're too pop for pop punk, we're too pop punk for pop, you know. But I think it has created this really cool sound where it's like we do take from all of these places. So in my room, not as present, I would say, because it definitely shows our more ambient side, but it's still dancey. And I love the contrast between, you know, ambient, soft, but also electric, gritty. Like, I love that. And the same with Just Another Day. I feel like the whole song is pretty emotional, pretty ambient, kind of indie-ish, I guess, but then we have like this breakdown and it feels heavy in a way. It feels like electric, it feels rock. And so I love contrast. Like, I love like doing things that are somewhat unexpected that still flow really well, whether it's singing a line really, really soft and then going into a belt, you know, or having a more like emotional soft song and then having like this really electric breakdown. So I would say, long story short, in my room, not as present, or Just Another Day. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned Just Another Day because I think that was the one that I gravitated most towards as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's really great. Um, well, I guess that the follow-up question to that would be when you're on stage and you're performing these songs, do you ever notice the audience and how they're reacting or vibing with the songs? And does that energy feed back to you?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I always strive to keep our sets high energy. And I feel like our best shows have been the ones where people are jumping around, dancing, singing, screaming, like, you know, or yeah, and I definitely feed off of that. Like, I want to jump into the crowd when people are going crazy. Like, I want to crowd surf when people are crazy. I want to, you know, I just want to be a part of that. And I want to feed off of their energy because, like, who am I if they're hyped and they're so excited and I'm just up on stage? Like, I want to be a part of it, you
Right.
know? So I love like having that exchange of energy between performer and audience. And, you know, I love live music. I've been going to local shows forever now. And I know how magical it is to be in the crowd and how cathartic it is. And it's like this release, this like spiritual experience to like be in the crowd and dancing with your best friends and like screaming and crying and singing along. It's amazing. And so I 100% feed off of that. And I try my very best every single show to get the crowd to that level because it's, you know, unforgettable when you go to shows like that.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here doing this magazine. I mean, that feeling is something that you really want to just bottle up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of feelings, what do you hope someone feels walking out of the Moonstone show? So after your triple encores, after you're all done, what do you want them to not think? What do you want them to feel?
I I just want them to feel like they were able to release something, whatever they were carrying. I hope that they walk out feeling lighter, but inspired, you know, because I mean, some of the best concerts I've been to, I left thinking about it forever because the artist said something on stage that really resonated with me, or played a song that I love, or sang a lyric that maybe it was a song that I didn't know, but I was like, oh my God, this like changed my life. So I hope they walk away feeling lighter, but still, like I said, inspired and emotionally charged, I guess, but not in like a heavy way. Like, I hope they just feel like their hearts are full. Because I think, again, like being in a crowd, like listening to music that you love, engaging with the artist, engaging with the people around you, there's just this feeling of like community, and it's very spiritual. You know, it's like we can, that should always be a place where we can forget about what is going on and the horrors of the world and just love each other.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
it does not matter who you are, what you are, like, it doesn't matter. You can just be there and exist with other people. So I hope they can walk out feeling that and feeling full, but still light.
yeah. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I mean, yeah, community curation, that seems to be where your mindset is for this
Yeah.
whole project, which is really fantastic. I've came across a term recently called neighborism, which
Oh,
is really what it sounds like. It's like lifting up your neighbors, wanting to see people succeed
yes.
beyond just yourself. And I think that's what the kind of vibes you're giving me from what you're telling me. So that's really
I appreciate that because it's important for all of us in the band. But going into this, I knew that that's exactly what I wanted.
very cool. Well, I have some last few let's go lightning round questions, if you will.
Ooh.
So what are you watching right now?
Ugh. So I watch the same stuff over and over again because
Me too.
I truthfully don't have a ton of time to watch TV. We'll see if that changes this week because of spring break and everything. So I always watch The Office over and over and over again. I always watch Parks and Recreation. So I just finished The Office for the 9 billionth time. I'm starting Parks and Rec again because that's just like those are my comfort shows. But then actively I'm watching Next Level Chef. I kind of love competitive cooking shows. I love Gordon Ramsay, and so we're watching. I'm watching Next Level Chef, the new season, like as it airs. So I don't watch a lot of like new stuff, but when I do, it's like Next Level Chef. I just started Traders as well, which is really
Okay.
interesting. I'll see
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
stick with it. Yeah, so I kind of more gravitate towards like the light-hearted, like
Hmm.
TV because I'm so busy. I just kind of want to shut off my brain and watch something fun. So,
Yeah, I hear you with the comfort shows. I tend to gravitate more towards shows that I've already watched where I don't have to
yeah.
worry, I guess, like what's going to happen because I already know, and it's just a comfort.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. As a fan, what's the last concert you went to? Not as a performer, but just a fan.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Probably a local show. Uh oh my gosh, I feel like I go to so many like local shows that I don't even remember. I don't know, to be completely honest.
That's
Uh
fine.
okay, I will say I'll mention this. Okay, I we did play this show, so maybe it doesn't count. But I was like actively watching this artist. We played with an artist called M. We did a Texas run with her, and like I was already such a huge fan of her album. I honestly didn't know about her until she approached us and said, "Hey, do you want to go on this Texas run?" We said yes. I did a deep dive in her music, and her most recent album, Black Diamond, like is this amazing uh dark alternative pop, kind of Lady Gaga-esque
Cool.
music, kind of electronic as well. So much fun. Love everything that she stands for. Obviously, she's an amazing studio artist. But live, my seeing her every night, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, why is she here? Why is she not playing arenas, like headlining arenas? Insane, best performer I've probably ever seen. So yes, we did play that one, but I actively was watching like every single night and just walked away from her shows every night just feeling so like inspired. So I'll mention her because I honestly can't. I feel like we see so many local artists that I can't keep up with who we've seen recently.
Understood. And that's really cool that even someone that you're touring with can still inspire you daily. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
she's amazing. Yeah, and so down to earth. Like such an amazing. She has like this really like badass persona, but then like on stage she's still a badass and she absolutely like knows her worth. She knows that she's amazing, but at the same time like she's very grounded, very down to earth, and like almost has like a shyness to her. So it was just really cool to see like both her off stage and on stage. It made me a huge fan.
Very cool. Very cool. And finally, what's the last thing that made you laugh really hard?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm always laughing. Everyone around me is so funny. Like Lucas, probably the funniest person I know. Maybe I'm biased, but he's the funniest person I know. I don't know. My sister is actually here at my house today. She's in the other room, and we were like going through reels and laughing about really, really stupid like dance mom reels. So maybe that, or I don't know. Every show that we play, we are so like stupid together. It's like we go like regress to being children when we're together. So it's a lot of like really stupid like jokes, like childish jokes, like that half the time don't even make sense. So I don't know, our show on Saturday, I know for sure I laughed really, really hard because I always do at all of our shows, all of our hangouts and band practices. Because again, we just like revert to like the most childish humor ever, but we make each other laugh. So probably Saturday.
That's really fun. That's really cool that you guys bring out that in one another. I mean,
yeah,
that's how you guys are going to, enjoy being around each other. So
we do. Yeah, we don't really get too sick of each other. I mean, I think we have our moments because we're with each other all the time, but like we always make it a good time with each other. Like there's never a dull moment. Even when things are stressful, we're always cracking jokes or playfully teasing each other, or so I love them.
very cool. Very cool. Well, if people want to follow along your journey more, what's the best platform for them to find you guys on?
Yeah, so we are definitely the most active on Instagram, and we're at moonstone.tx. If you want to listen to us on Spotify, we are all lowercase moonstone dot, and our link tree is in our Instagram bio, so you can stream us anywhere. Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. So check us out.
Very cool. Well, Gracie, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us here at Sonic Looks. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.